Hey everyone, and welcome back. So I was not expecting to do a video today. In fact, I don't even have any gel in my hair. It's like kind of sort of last minute, but the thing is, it is John Carpenter's birthday, and how could I not take a moment to actually do a quick video and acknowledge him, because he's been such a huge influence on me in so many ways. He was not only one of the filmmakers who got very young me into horror. It was like he and like George Romero were kind of around the same time, because I discovered The Fog was actually the first film I ever saw, and I remember just watching it over and over and over again. And then eventually I would see some of his other films. I'm trying to remember exactly what order. The ironic thing is I saw Halloween a little bit later. Like it was like The Fog, maybe The Thing, I think, perhaps even Christine actually maybe even been earlier than that. I don't know, somewhere in there. And then Halloween came around, and obviously, then it sort of just snowballs from there. But I know very much The Fog was the one where I took notice of his name, and just like with Creepshow with George Romero, it's just like all of a sudden, especially at that young age when I was really getting into not just horror films, but even like movies and filmmaking and all that kind of stuff. Whenever I saw a film that I really, really loved, I would take notice of who the director was. And indeed, John Carpenter was very much an early one for me. And we all know his films and how much we love them, obviously. As I mentioned before, obviously Escape from New York is probably my favorite one. In fact, my poster is right there. I'm even wearing a Snake Plissken t-shirt today in honor of John Carpenter. And indeed, a lot of his influence on me has found its way into my own work. I think literally every project I've ever done definitely has some sort of John Carpenter aspect that sort of like worked its way into it. In fact, the score I did for a short film I did was very much influenced by John Carpenter. And speaking of his music, I absolutely adore his music. He's definitely one of my favorite film composers as well. I listen to a bunch of his different scores like literally all the time. And I know I've mentioned this before, but one of my favorite nights of anything was the night I went and saw him in concert. It was literally an incredible night. It was the first one there, and it was awesome because like I was the first one to meet him that night, and I was also had just like perfect like center seat right there for it. And just seeing him perform all that music live, I mean, I literally, even just thinking about it sort of just kind of gives me the chills, because that was such like a perfect night for me, because it just hit all the bases. It was like fan me was all like, hey, and creative me was just inspired. Nostalgia me was like all over the place. Like all the elements were sort of just coming into play. So I definitely wanted to just take a quick moment and wish John Carpenter a very happy birthday, and someone who just continues to inspire me like practically every single day. So let me know one of your favorite John Carpenter films, or even one of your favorite memories of like having seen one of his films, or if you met him. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.